Coach, thanks so much for joining us on the call. If you would take a minute to tie up the win at Tulsa, please, and what you expect to see as you begin competition for the Commander-in-Chief's Trophy Saturday against Air Force.
Thank you, Chuck. Just really proud of our team and our guys, to go on the road against Tulsa, a good team, a great coaching staff, and be able to win one on the road. Things didn't start off so great. Actually, I had a, pretty bad start, fall behind 14-0. Things looked bleak in the first half. But our guys, continued to battle, tied it up at the end of the half and be able to come out, pull out a victory at the end there, at a crucial fourth down, strip there that, got the ball stripped, so we were able to get the ball back on downs. That was huge. And, like I said, things went bad. We had a fumble, block, a field goal. We had some penalties that I think that's the most penalties we've had since I've been coaching. We had 9 penalties, which is way too much. But just proud of our guys who were resilient, kept fighting, and were able to come out with the victory. And looking forward to this week, playing a real good team in Air Force. They're always a really good football team. It's the first leg of the Commander-in-Chief Trophy, and we have a ton of respect for them. Good football program, great coaching staff. Coach Calhoun's, I think, one of the best coaches in the country, and we'll go to battle this weekend.
We'll take questions for Coach Niumatalolo, please. Star 1 on your telephone keypad will put you in the queue, then the operator will introduce you.
We'll take our first question from Dan Tortora from wakeupcalldt.com.
Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Hey, Dan. How you doing?
Doing well. To look at your quarterback, it was just announced with the athletes for this week, what you can say about Zach's performance so far this season and what you've taken away from these first 4 games.
Just really proud of the way he's played. When he's taking care of the football, he's done a lot of good things. And so, I think the last 2 games, I've just been really proud of the way he's played the last 2 games. He played well the first 2 games. He just, for us, obviously the quarterback has the ball a ton, running and throwing, and it's imperative that he takes care of the ball. And, these last 2 games, he's done a really good job. He's done a really good job running our offense. He's a tough, hard-nosed kid. He's a tough guy to tackle in between the box, and I'm just really proud of the way he's playing right now. But he just keeps working hard. He's a good kid. He's humble. He's got a great coach coaching him, and proud of the way he's playing right now.
And then as far as obviously with Navy, most of the focus tends to on the outside looking in, go on to the offensive side of the ball, but defensively, just what you can say about your team that's held opponents to a 10-point margin, if not more, except for the Tulane game, which was 2-point differential. Just what you can say about how your defense has performed in this first part of the season. Yeah,
like the same thing. Really proud of the way they're playing. Tulsa's put up a ton of points against a lot of people. Coach Montgomery's one of the best offensive minds in the game, and just proud of the way we played. We gave us some big runs, but other than those big runs, I thought we were pretty stout on defense. Micah Thomas, Sean Williams, the guys kind of been leading that, obviously, along with DJ Palmore. I think our guys right now we're playing aggressive. They're flying to the football, and hopefully we can continue to keep improving.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dan.
We'll go next to Bill Wagner with Baltimore Sun Media Group.
Hey, Kenny. Good morning. What do you make of Air Force at this point? They've lost 2 relatively close games against ranked teams in Michigan and San Diego State, and then last week they, kind of got it taken to them by New Mexico. Gave up a lot of points and yards. So what do you make of Air Force at this point?
Same Air Force. They're always a good program. It's like you said, they've played everybody tough. They played Michigan tough, in Ann Arbor. Really close game against San Diego State. And really the game against New Mexico was close for a while. They had some turnovers, but that was a hard-fought game into the end. And so you look at them, Aaron, the quarterback, is a really good player. They're stout on defense. They know what they're doing. They're aggressive. Offensively, they're running a lot of their same stuff. They get people fits because they attack you in so many different ways. Under center, in the gun, they got a lot of different ways that they attack the defense, and so it's the same. It's going to be a battle, man. It's going to be a hard-fought game. We have a ton of respect for them, and it's going to be a tough game.
You and Air Force have kind of traded the Commander-in-Chief's trophy back and forth over the last decade or so. Do you have to do anything in particular to remind your players that they do not have the trophy at the moment?
They're a lot smarter than me, Wags. If I have to remind them about that, then they probably couldn't have got into the Naval Academy.
Right. Just talk a little more about the importance of this trophy. Obviously, this is one of the biggest things you play for every season.
Well, every year. It's the Commander-in-Chief trophy and winning the conference are our two biggest goals, and so this is the first leg. It's going to be a tough game. We're getting ready for a football game. That's where our focus is, against a really good opponent, with a really good coaching staff. We know the players are good players. A lot of them we recruited. And so, we know we're going to have our hands full, and that's the approach that we're taking. We just got to get ready for a really, really good football team.
Thank you, Coach.
Bye, Wags.
We'll go next to Chris Vanini with the All-American.
Coach, you guys have been really good in the second and third quarters this year. What does that say about the adjustments that you and the staff have been able to make during games?
It's obviously that's all the players, them settling down. Hopefully, I wish I could do better as a coach that we played better in the first quarter, but for us to be able to, do well in the second and third quarter shows that our guys are adjusting. And, I don't know, there's always adjustments all the time. But our staff's been together a long time, and so hopefully we're doing things as a staff and as a program that helps us, adjust during the game.
And if you can, how is Coach Jasper doing? And I saw there was recently an update with Jaron.
It's day by day, but he constantly gets stronger. So everybody's excited about that, and Ivan's doing remarkable. Obviously he's got a lot on his mind with his son's situation, but he's been able to care. He and his wife have been able to care for Jaron, and obviously still being a coordinator at Division I program. It's amazing that he's able to do all of it. But our prayers are with Jaron, and he's continually getting stronger.
Good to hear. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go next to Brent Brigman with Colorado Springs Gazette.
Hi, Coach. Good morning.
Morning.
Obviously, everybody knows about the running attacks of these teams, but last year you both threw for 250 plus. I believe there were about 46 passing attempts. Is there something about this matchup that maybe lends itself to these teams maybe throwing a little more than usual?
No, I think, obviously Robinette was, tough for us to match up for us, and, did a nice job of isolating him, and he made big plays. And I think a lot of it is just we're both so aggressive. We play Air Force, they got a lot of guys up on the line of scrimmage, and so, we threw the ball a lot, just trying to back them up, because they're tough to run the ball against. They know what they're doing, got a really good plan, so it's tough to run the football against them. And so that was just basically it. Just, they were up, had a lot of guys up on the line of scrimmage, and we were trying to throw the football.
Okay, and then looking at your own program, kind of big picture, you're 24-6 since the beginning of 2015. Obviously you've had consistent success, but it seems to have kind of turned a corner over the past 3 years. Is there anything you see different, again, big picture, when you're looking at your own team?
No, I think joining the league has definitely helped us in recruiting. It's allowed us to get into big markets. It's helped us, from, Orlando, Cincinnati, Houston, and Dallas. We're also down in Tampa, South Florida. I just think maybe from a overall exposure standpoint, it's helped us in recruiting. But I don't know, And I guess we're in this profession, you try not to look back too much and try to look forward, but because it's hard to win games, and hopefully we can keep it going. It's hard to win, But I feel fortunate, but hopefully we can keep it going.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot. We'll see you on Saturday.
All right. Take care.
And we'll take one more for Coach Niumatalolo, please.
That will come from Ken Segura from Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Hey, Coach. Good morning.
Hey, Ken. How you doing?
Good. Listen, I cover Georgia Tech down here, which is a team I actually have a little bit of familiarity with. One thing I was writing about some challenges they're having with fumbling, and I know that at Navy, maybe not this in particular, but over the long term, you've had really good success handling the ball. And I'm curious just whether it's philosophically or the way you organize practice or how you stress things. Is there anything in particular that you look at and say this is why we've largely been able to hold on to the ball pretty well?
Ball security is a big part of our culture. It's, we're always talking about keeping the tip high and tight. Because we just know for us, there's limited possessions.
Right.
And, a big part of us trying to keep the other side off the field. And so if we lose our possessions because of turnovers, it's a killer for us. And so it's always something that we try to emphasize. I don't know if we emphasize it any more than anybody else, but we try our best. It's a big part of our culture, keeping the tip. The managers hold the ball high and tight. Anybody that comes on the field is going to have the ball tight. But I don't know. Like I said, that's just us. But I know everybody does that. I know Coach Johnson does. Everybody that coaches football, coaches ball security. We just try our best to coach it and emphasize it and coach it in detail.
All right. In the 14th season, I thought it was kind of a down year for fumbles. It was Keenan's junior year. Do you remember what happened that year? Maybe like how you were able to get things righted?
No, you just stay at it. You just stay at it in this profession. You wish you could just say something and things are fixed, like you had a magic wand and it'd go away.
Right.
You just do the best you can in emphasizing it. You try to implement drills, maybe try to look at how the fumbles occurred and try to see how you can rectify things. But, you just try to keep emphasizing it and just try to stay at it and see if you can get better at things.
Great. Thank you.
All right, Ken.
Coach, well, thank you so much for the time today. We look forward to hearing from you again next Monday.
All right, Chuck. See you.